Hello viewer, welcome back to our lessons. My name is Mr. Wilfred Momanyi Onkangi and my YouTube channel is Wilfred Momanyi Onkangi Kiongozi. Subscribe, share, like everything there and let us learn together. Today I have a very interesting subject. A subject that is going to enable our young teachers, the teaching practice teachers, they are commonly known as TP teachers, to make a good foundation and rely on it from the first day they enter into a classroom to their last day they get their A's and go back to finish university. So today's subject is attending the first teaching practice lesson. We know very well that the curriculum in the university is slightly different with the one that you are going to push in secondary schools. And now I want to give you some tips on how you're going to prepare yourself and make it easy for you to start off your teaching practice so that by the end of the day, you meet the objectives of the institution, your own objectives, and the Ministry of Education's objectives. It is very important to learn that in your career, you require such experience so that you can all along be using the knowledge in helping as many learners go through you successfully as possible. First of all, congratulations for making it to teaching practice. Remember, you have been in high school, you've been in the university for not less than 3 years, and now you're supposed to go out there, teach the learners, and make them better, just like you, or even better than you. Yes, we are teachers. We make our learners better than us. What are you supposed to do for your first lesson? First of all, a very important thing before you start teaching in that school, attend the orientation. So there must be the first thing, proper orientation. Proper orientation. The first thing, proper orientation. Ensure that you know the school and its environment very well. I know most schools will organize orientation programs for you. Please don't miss. Make sure you're part and parcel of those programs for orientation. You must know where this and that is found. You must know even where the administration block is. There are those important points that you'll be requiring throughout your semester. You must know where the classrooms are. You must know where the offices are. You must know where the departmental offices, that is to be very specific, are. You must know where the administration block is. You must know where the suggestion box is. You must know where the notice boards are. The library, the laboratory, the school farms, the kitchen, the field, and everywhere else, so that you can be able to have a smooth or seamless running of that semester or that term for you. Proper orientation will give you confidence. If you are properly oriented, you will have confidence. At least you will know if you need something, where to find it. Don't shy off from asking questions or finding out where something is, because you require to know so that you can effectively disseminate or share knowledge with the learners. Now let us go straight. I hope now all of us have accepted and we agree that orientation is the first thing that you should not miss. Some teaching practice teachers will miss orientation programs. It is quite wrong and very, very, very bad for you to miss out in that. Let us go to our main objective, attending the first lesson of your teaching practice. But I will tell you, propagate confidence in you. Remember, you have some experience, if not very much, but you have something. You were a student sometimes back in high school. You've been a student in the university and most probably a leader. And now you are now moving into becoming a teacher. You are not just moving to becoming a teacher, you are already a teacher. And that's why you are given this opportunity to go and practice what you'll be doing the rest of your career. Now, attending the first lesson of your teaching practice. The first lesson. In this first lesson, there are a few things you're going to do so that you make yourself positive or even cultivate a good attitude to yourself. The first thing, when you enter that class, number one, create a good rapport with the learners. In fact, I will say your learners. This is your class, and the learners in that class are yours. So how do you create a good rapport? The first thing you do, the first thing when you enter that class, you greet them warmly. Give them a warm greeting or greetings. Greet the students warmly so that you can start creating that good rapport. And then after that, tell them your details. You tell them your name, then give them a little bit more about yourself, the subjects you will be teaching. Tell them about your institution. And maybe what you practiced, your institution, from which university, from which college, and what you practiced. For example, myself, I went to Chuka University and practiced Bachelor in Education Science, specialized in mathematics, and biology. Maybe you are a teacher of physics and maths, English literature, and such kind of stuff. So give them these details. They are important because they will encourage them. And as you tell them, I'm very sure you're going to put it in a way that will attract them, so that they also feel they can go, they will qualify and go to university and do maybe a course or two that way. That one is going to give them kind of encouragement. Once you have done your good profile, just a few minutes, you now set some objectives with them. You set some objectives. Number two, set a few objectives. In other words, they must know that you are an orderly teacher. You are a teacher who will require them to behave in a certain way or in a manner that is going to give you ample time. For example, you can give them a few rules, but you don't become so strict the first day. Because if you become so strict, for example, telling them, if you make noise in my class, I will beat you. If you do this, I will punish you. That one will create a very bad impression, and they may start rebelling you from the word go. Remember, we still have some cheeky students within our classes. So what you do, in a very soft manner, in a polite way, you tell them a few things that you require from them. No making noise. No noise in class. No noise in class. No noise in class. No noise in class. Maybe there must be order in class. There must be order in class. Things like, for example, if you want to ask a question, you raise up your hand. If you want to say anything, you raise up your hand. Such kind of things you tell them, and then tell them they must always be orderly. Now, you may come up with a slogan or something or any phrase that will assist you achieve in taking them through this objective. You may, for example, myself, I like telling my students these three words that begin with C. Triple C. Triple C. Triple C. Concentration, calm, composure. This is my common slogan to the students. I give them this slogan so that they know anytime they are in my class, they must always concentrate and remain calm and then be composed. This one will help you tame them so that if they are feeling like they should divert from what you're doing, they get back on track. That is setting some kind of objectives. And this one will give you a philosophy. A philosophy. It will give you a philosophy to operate in. Please don't just start teaching without setting some of these things right. But again, I've said, do that one politely. But of course, anytime, be very firm. We are moving to the third thing, the third very important aspect. You have introduced yourself. You have created some objectives with your students, very few minutes. You are now at the point of learning your students and learning them in the sense that you want to know them by names. Now, you begin by knowing very few. That is the class prefects. Class prefects and maybe subject prefects if they are there. These are the first two students or learners you're going to tell them to stand so that they tell you your name in class. And as a point of trying to create better rapport with these ones, you can ask them their names, and when they tell you the names, you tell the class to clap for them. Have somewhere and write somewhere that the class prefect for my 2W is Dennis Otieno, for example, so that you don't forget. The other one, the subject prefect. And sometimes you'll find that some classes don't have subject prefects. They have what we call academic prefects. Please know these two first. The rest of the class, you'll be knowing them when they respond to your questions. When you ask a question and then they answer, you ask them, what is your name? They tell you, you keep it in your mind. So you'll know the rest of the class as time goes by. But the first, these ones, you must always ensure you know them. We are moving to almost the last thing. This is now knowing where your students are. Because you're coming to this school, you're coming to this class, they had a teacher who was teaching your subject. Probably you've not met with that teacher. You want to know where the students are. This is what you do. Check through their notes. Check through their notes. What you are doing is, you want to learn, you want to know where they have reached, so that at least you can know where to prepare from, so that sometimes if you rely on the students, maybe you are asking them, where have you reached? And then you just expect them to tell you they have reached at a given point. They may not tell you the truth or the absolute truth, because some of them may want you to repeat a concept that was done before, or else others will be very cheeky and want to take you ahead so that they skip some given point without any given reason. That is what we call inconvenience. Check through the notes. You can even start with those ones of the prefects or those ones who are seated in front. Open through the notes and mark or indicate or even highlight where they have reached. This one will enable you to prepare subsequent lessons and prepare adequately as it is supposed to be. Once you are through with all this, at least you now know, and you have recorded where the students reached with the other teacher. You are now in a good position to at least prepare them or do something very small in that subject. And remember, you are still encouraging them and telling them that that subject is very easy. Ensure you tell them that it is very easy. And tell them that even if you've not been performing well, I will enhance your understanding. Do something very small. Something very small, brief. Have what you call a brief lesson objective. This one will be in tandem with what you've seen in their notes. You may not do anything big because much of the time has been spent in familiarizing yourself with the students and knowing where they have reached. Because you are a teacher and you have content with you, you can talk about something small about it. Or generally, actually here, you talk about generally. Generally, you talk generally about something that they have done and what will enable you bridge to the next lesson. With that, you will have assisted the students to move with you step by step. Now, let me do a summary of something small that I have not told you. You have now entered the class. What do you do the first thing? Do you start by greeting them? Do you start by writing the board? Remember, there is what we call the Blackboard organization. Maybe, have a look at this. You've just entered the class. You know the attention of the learners will be, you are a stranger, you are a new teacher, and they want to have a look at you. They are looking at you. They are not even able to concentrate on their books. They are looking at you. What you do, you greet them. For example, you tell them, maybe it is in the morning, you will tell them, good morning Form 2W. They will respond, how are you? Then you tell them, my name is so and so. Once you say your name, my name is Mr. Wilfred Momanyi Onkangi. You turn to the whiteboard and write. You may not be required to write the rest of the details of yourself, but once you write this, you face the students again and you tell them, I am from this university A, B, C, D, and I will be teaching you mathematics, for example, or biology, or Kiswahili, or whichever language or subject that you teach. Once you tell them that, you can now assume they've got it correctly, and you clean the board and write that subject. You clean, you remove whatever wordings you have there, then you write that subject. But remember the dates. It is very important. Today is 10th of May 2023. Just for instance, don't focus on the day, for example, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but the date is very important. You write it there, and then you write the subject that you're going to teach. For example, biology. So you write it here, like that, and then you have some form of division. Then you can continue with the rest of the work. Create rapport with the students, set objectives with them, know a few of them starting from the class prefects, know where they have reached, and if in case of you want to give some general view about what you're going to do, you give it at that point. Once you do all that, I'm telling you, you will have a very swift teaching practice. You will like it. You will get your 3 A's. A. You will go back to university smiling. You will graduate and you become a teacher of substance to the society. Thank you very much for watching my clip. Keep on subscribing. Until the next time we meet again online. Bye.